Today we'll be solving for angles. We'll write and solve an equation to find the measure of an angle. We'll be determining whether the angle relationship represents complementary angles, which complementary angles add to 90 degrees, supplementary angles, which add to 180 degrees, triangles, which equal 180 degrees, or intersecting lines that create two pairs of vertical lines. So here's our first example here. We have the angle MUD, angle MUD, and we want to determine the angle relationship. Does this represent complementary angles, a triangle, supplementary angles, or vertical angles? Well, this is an example of complementary angles. So what do we know about complementary angles? We know that they equal 90 degrees. So 9x plus 4 plus 30 minus 2x equals 90. So we're going to add these two angles together, and they have to equal 90 degrees. Another thing you can do is, instead of having a long equation, you know it equals 90, you can determine how many x's you have. 9x minus 2x. 9 minus 2x. So it's okay if you just go ahead and, instead of writing all that out, that you just write 7x. And then we have plus 4 and a positive 30, so that's plus 34. Equals 90. So now we have a two-step to solve. So x is equal to 8. Now that we know what x is equal to, we can substitute it back into the angle and find how many degrees the angle is. So we have 9x, or 9 times 8, we're substituting that in, plus 4, and that equals 72 plus 4, which equals 76. So the angle MUT is 76 degrees. And for angle DUT, we take 30 minus 2 times x, which is 8, and that gives us 30 minus 16, which equals 14. So 14 degrees. All right, our next example, we have this figure here, and we want to see the angle relationships. Is this a complementary angle, example of a triangle, an example of supplementary angles, or vertical angles? Well, this is an example of supplementary angles. So we know that added together they equal 180. So we can maybe want to visualize it this way. I'm going to put a 1x here. So if we wanted to write it out, we could say 4x plus 20 plus 1x minus 10 equals 180. So we have 4x plus 1x, which is 5x. 20 minus 10 is 10, equals 180. So now we know that x is 34, so we can determine the measure of angle BEN, B-E-N. So 4 times 34 plus 20 is 156. and x, which is 34, minus 10 equals 24. Right, we have intersecting lines that created two angles. So is this a complementary, a triangle, supplementary, or vertical angles? And these are vertical angles, and they are equal to each other. So the first angle, 16 times the quantity x minus 5, was equal to the second angle, negative 4 times the quantity 3 minus 2x minus 4. Distribute. Combined. And then move. So again, x equals 8. So if x is 8, the measure of DAR, 16 times 8 minus 5, is 16 times 3, which is 48. So they both should be 48. Let's check the other one. It's 48. And our last example is a triangle. So we know a triangle has 180 degrees. So instead of writing a big equation equal to 180, I'm going to add my x's. I got 5x plus 6x is 11x, plus 1x is 12x. Then I have 3 minus 15 is minus 12, and that equals 180. And I believe 192 divided by 12 is 16. So x is 16, and the measure of angle R is 16.